by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there into the hands of Ross. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play, that's a -4. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
On 2nd and inches, Rodgers going deep downfield for Ross. He's got him in, complete. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
They'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're #2.
Touchdown! Austin Hooper, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson now off the bootleg. Open man here is Conklin. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give, this is Chubb, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st down, Rodgers going deep downfield for Ross. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Browns. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 21-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Second and 10 now. Wilson looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Wilson will throw again. Incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive
as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So we reach halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets' 20 into the red zone. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He's going to air one out. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Pollard again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Touchdown, Jets. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Nick Chubb hit 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019, 4th fastest in the NFL, and he flashed the big-time speed again there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Again, he finds Moore. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 36, Wilson completes it to Davis. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Throwing is Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 39, Rodgers is going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore.
Let's go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw again is Wilson.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. On first down, Wilson.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. One last shot for Wilson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey,